comes to premium tech insights and real stories behind innovation, Dev is definitely the place to be. Here we don't just talk tech, we live it. Whether you're a seasoned developer, a startup founder, or someone who is just so passionate about innovation, welcome. I am Adiola and I am your host for today. Today, we'll be unpacking a foundational topic in Flutter that plays a crucial role in how your application behaves, and that is stateless and stateful widgets. In case you're just starting out in mobile development or you are seeking to scratch your understanding about the difference between stateful and stateless widgets, it is so important for you to know the difference because it has a great impact in how you structure your UI and how to handle your interactivity. To help us navigate through this in the most practical way possible, we have an outstanding Flutter developer in the building. He wouldn't just be walking us through the concepts, but also showing us how they come to life in code. Welcome, Mr. Kes.
Sorry, I'm not Mr. Kes, just Kes.
Oh, Kes.
Yeah.
Nice to have you here. I mean, I
Thank
know we've had you in our
you.
previous episode, and I mean, we can't wait to, for you to show us what you've got for us today.
No problem. Thank you, Adiola. By the way, I like your top. Very nice.
Thank you. Oh my, I would never have thought this top is nice, but yeah, I take it. Thank you. It's a compliment. So if you've ever asked why your widget isn't updating or you want to know which to go for, either the stateful or the stateless widget, we have all the answers to your questions. Stay tuned. So Kes, we have some questions for you.
All right.
I'm sure your viewers would definitely want to know certain things about, stateful and stateless widgets. But let's just start with the basics. What is the difference between a stateful and a stateless widget?
Okay. Thank you very much. So, a stateful widget and a stateless widget. So I'll say that they work hand in hand. Yeah. And they're still very different. So in Flutter, what we call stateless widget is a component where you know that some labels or text doesn't change, and we have a rule that anything that doesn't change, it does not need to be rebuilt. So we use stateless widgets to build those things that doesn't change, right? And so if you have a text you want to display, for example, you know that text will not change. It would always be maybe a login button, right? The text on the login button will always be login. So for that text now, you definitely use a stateless widget because it doesn't change. And when you need to rebuild your app, Flutter does not rebuild any stateless widget. So now a stateful widget, they are used to undo components that will change or that are likely to change. For example, your account balance. You know that when you transact, send money or receive money, you would expect that you get an increment or decrement. So we use stateful widget to manage that. So those are the clear differences between them, but we use them together. Do you understand? Why I said we use them together is because even on I'm still using bank application as an example. Even on your bank app, you would see that there are stateful text there and stateless text. Example of a stateful text is the account balance I just mentioned. But the stateless text there is the account balance text itself does not change, but the value changes. So you can represent the value with a stateful widget and the text with a stateless widget.
Wow, that's super insightful, right? I mean, thank you for that. Now that we have, got that in context, can you just simply, show us a simple example of what is stateless? We have to be getting these things right.
Sure, yeah.
What is stateless widget look like in code?
Okay.
Yes, maybe something like a text or an icon, something around that. Can you?
Right.
Yeah. Yes, let's do this. I'm excited.
So I have a project running already. I am just going to use this to illustrate what stateless and stateful widget is. So say the account balance I was talking about.
Okay.
You would see that can you see the account balance text?
Yeah.
Now that will not change.
Mm.
So this text here, text, is a widget.
Mm.
And what does it do? It displays a text, account balance. Whatever value you give there is what's going to be there. It won't change. Now, for a stateful widget, an example of a stateful widget would be the amount. That's the value, right? Also represented as text, but I'm going to do something now whereby you can change the value. Okay. So I have a default value for this counter. If you'd say, can you see? So let's assume this is a bank app, right? The first text, the account balance, is a stateless widget. Is represented by a stateless widget because it won't change, right? But the other one, showing 0, can change when you receive an alert or when you transfer some money. You see that it either increases or decreases. So now that is a stateful widget. So I will just demonstrate an increment now by wrapping this with I want to be able to increment that counter. So let me quickly create a button. If there is something you don't understand, you can ask. Okay.
Definitely. I'm just going to wait for you to be
Okay.
done with this
Good.
one.
No problem.
Yeah.
So I'll just call this add to amount. So you can't see anything because I need to style that button. So let me just style it. Okay. Colors of white. Okay. So I will not really focus on the UI. I just want to show how this works. Okay. So I'll wrap this in an inkwell to get my gestures. Okay. So now if I click on that add amount, my value will increase. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Can you see that it's changing? That is because I've represented with a stateful widget. So I will do something now. What if I wrap this in a stateless widget? What's going to happen?
Oh, I think I'm catching something somewhere.
Okay.
I think I'm catching something somewhere.
Okay. So you can ask your questions now.
Definitely the one that I've had in mind for the last 1 minute,
Yeah.
which will be for those who have little or no understanding of what a stateful or stateless widget is. how do you make up these categorizations? Because I see that we have body, we have um we have return scaffold, we have app bar, we have background color, we have row. How do we make up this categorization, and how do we differentiate? Oh, this is a stateful widget. I don't know
Okay,
if you understand
I
me.
get your question.
Yes.
To answer your question, very good question. Let me just bring up a screenshot, and I would explain how you can determine what you use for each of those components. I will let you try to.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting. I can't
Yeah.
wait. I feel like a Flutter developer already.
So this is my don't mind the account balance. This is a screenshot of a mobile, a digital app, right? Now, I Ademola, the text I Ademola.
Yeah.
That I doesn't change, but the
Oh.
Ademola will change based on the customer. If it was you who opened this, you will see I Adeola, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think I can use to build this text? Ademola. Do you think a stateless widget will work?
Definitely a stateless widget because it's static, right?
No, it changes. I just said now that what you will see, the name you will see there would be the name of the customer. So it's not static. Trigger. If I open my account, I'll see I Ademola. If you open yours, you would see your name. That kind of component is a stateful widget. Trigger. Example of a stateless widget here is the transaction history. Can you see that text, transaction history? It would never change. It will always be transaction history. So what do you think about the account balance? Do you think we can use a stateless widget?
It's definitely going to be a stateful widget
Because it changes. Exactly.
The amount changes.
What about the little number on that notification? That notification icon.
It's
What do you think?
stateful
Stateful because it
it
changes.
changes. You can have
So
more than
that
one
is how you would know
notification.
how to use what to use, either a stateful or a stateless.
Oh.
Yeah. So do you understand now?
Oh, definitely. Thank you so much. That was so insightful. All right, now let's say I want to build something that, responds to user reaction, like a counter that, goes up when I tap a button. Can you show us how that works?
Okay. So fortunately I already
Definitely with a stateful widget.
Yes, thank you. You learn fast. So my previous example already covered that, but I will just add something to it. Okay. So what we have on the screen now, if I click on that add amount, you see that it increments the number. We have 24, 25, 26.
Yeah.
So I want to get another button that will decrease the number, right? To show that it can also increase and decrease.
Yeah.
So I'll just copy this button and replicate it here. So we have two buttons. I want it side by side. Yeah, so I'll just give it space. Okay. Size box width. Yeah. So I will name one reduce amount that will simulate when you transfer. Name the other one add to amount. So now if I click the reduce amount, watch what's going to happen. The balance is reducing, right?
Yes, it's reducing.
Yeah. When I click the add to amount, the balance is increasing.
Yes.
So this is already simulating a stateful widget.
Yeah.
And what component here is the stateful widget? The amount, that's the counter, right?
Yes.
The amount field is the only stateful widget here. Then the other ones, you can represent them as stateless. Now the advantages of knowing when to use a stateful and a stateless widget is when Flutter rebuilds your app. If it is a stateless widget, it doesn't need to rebuild it, and that's why Flutter is very fast. It will just go and rebuild only the stateful widget because it will assume that you're housing things that can change in stateful widget.
Yeah.
Now, you can also build things that will not change in a stateful widget. But the problem with that is that you are just giving your application more work to do because it is rebuilding things that does not need to be rebuilt.
Wow.
So that is the side effect of that. So I don't know if this is clear enough. Is it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it is, but can you just talk us through how, what exactly is happening in the code?
Okay, so let me just explain this code. So a Flutter application has a main method. Can you say this main method? Every application built with Flutter has this main method. Now this is where you run the application from. You see run app, and this is my app. You notice that this is my app. Can you see line 7? It says class my app extends stateful widget.
Yeah.
So you know why it extends stateful widget?
Why?
Because we have something in it that can change. You get? So now we have the material app. The material app is is a widget that houses the designs. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's just like a makeup box where you can pick your tools,
makeup kit,
gloss, and all those things. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what material app is. And then I have my application class. That is my home page. Now this my home page is this first screen you're seeing. It has a purple app bar and a white body. Now that purple app bar and the white body is called the scaffold. Everything you see here on this page is called scaffold. This. Now the app bar is the first part. The first part, that's the purple part. It usually has a title. You see it there. Can you see the title there? It has a background color, which is the purple color, right? And then the other whites is the body. And that is why you have, can you see it here? That's where we have the rest of the codes. The body.
Yeah.
Can you see? Yeah. And this column is just is a widget that instructs the computer to arrange those components in a particular order. Do you understand? Yeah. And because you can have multiple widgets in a column, it has a children property. Can you say?
Yeah.
So widgets are structured in a parent children like manner. Every widget has the ability to have a child. So but columns, they have the ability to have children, because column is like a box where you can put in things. You can arrange things, maybe books. You can either arrange those books like on top of each other, right? Or side by side. If it's side by side, it's row. If it's on top of each other, it's column.
Yeah.
Triggered. So because what we're doing is going to be on top of each other.
Yeah.
That's why we're using column. The first one is the account balance and the text, the value. The second one is the button, the two buttons. But you notice that the two buttons are placed side by side.
Side by side.
And that is why you would see line 59. I use a row widget because I want to place the two buttons side by side. So this is just a brief explanation on what's going on. So now when I click the add to amount, what is happening is I have a counter value. Can you say? Which is 0 at first. If I restart this app, it will go back to 0. Can you say? Which is 0. So now this counter plus plus, what it does is adding value to that counter. It means you are telling the computer to add 1 extra value to the 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. And you add again 1 plus 1 is 2, like that. Then while the counter minus minus is removing from the value you have already, right? So when I click reduce the amount, you have 1. Can you say? So these are just the simple logic, and you can build on this to build a fantastic product. Do you understand now?
I do. I mean, totally insightful.
Thank you.
thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for, breaking things down so clearly, and more importantly, showing us what it looks like in action. I have learned a lot, and I'm very sure, someone out there, I've learned a lot too. And if you're wondering why your Flutter UI isn't updating, now you know. Now you
Now
know the
you know.
difference between, the Flutter. Now you know the difference between the stateless and the stateful widgets, even with clear
And you can
examples,
identify when to use them.
and you can identify when to use them. Yeah. Thank you so much. That's it for today's episode on Dev Lantern. And do not forget to like, subscribe, and share, and more importantly, comment. And just in case you have a question for our special guest, Mr. Kest. Oh, sorry, Kest. Just in case you have a question for Kest, please do not hesitate to send us a message. Do not hesitate to leave a comment. Do not hesitate to send us a DM. Until next time, stay connected, stay building, and I will catch you in the next video.